What is up, my dudes? Happy Thursday. How's everybody doing? It's Thursday. Yes, it is. So, how's everybody doing? I am back using StreamYard for the time being because I wanted to kind of mess around. Ooh, the camera looks fuzzy. Does the camera look fuzzy to anybody else, or is that just me? It could just be me. And that's the thing, StreamYard is not great. For what I'm doing and my purposes, the video game quality is not the best. So let me actually, that seems pretty okay. Bad echo. See, and this is the thing, why is StreamYard having an echo? Stand by. Interesting. Let me I'm going to mute my mic until I figure out. And this is the thing. I haven't used StreamYard, so give me 1 second. How's this? Is there still an echo? Wait, who said? How are some of you getting an echo and some of you aren't? That doesn't make sense. Vice Baby doesn't have an echo. Bad Dazer doesn't have an echo. Interesting. But the fuzziness is bad. And unfortunately, I think the fuzziness isn't so bad. Okay. All right, so it has been a while since I've used StreamYard. Obviously, for video game streaming, it is not the best platform available. However, having guests on, having people with me, this is the better method. This is, kind of a better platform for that than Streamlabs, because Streamlabs is just confusing sometimes. And I was hoping that StreamYard would work would work decently. But I don't know if you guys remember the last time we stopped using StreamYard because the quality got so bad. But look at this. The quality is not... Hold on, I need to make this window bigger. Oh, I don't know if I can. But when I come check out the actual quality, oh no, it's bad. See how bad it is? Like how washed out, it's super washed out. Like it shouldn't be like that. So this is what I wanted to try. So if you guys just hang out for 2 seconds, I'm gonna... Oh, you guys haven't heard me. I've just been talking to myself the whole time. What's up, Squid Raiders? What's up, Squid? How's it going? Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Who is this? Oh, this is a random dude. Ooh. There. There we go. Sorry, I was trying to learn. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I have to get... Oh, shit. I have to get back into playing this game. Okay, now I'm in my camp. All right, let me... Yo, what's up, my dude? So I'm testing right now. As you can see, compared to what I can see, this is super washed out, especially when it comes to the brightness. So if you guys stand by for 2 seconds, I'm gonna try something. If it kills the stream, I won't be back, and we'll do my normal stream later. If it doesn't kill the stream, I'm trying something new. So stand by for 2 seconds. Let me see if I can. I'm going to remove everything from the stream. Ooh, do we have the smoke? I might still have the smoke break. Oh, I never turned off the background music. I got to do that too. So, oh man, I don't have the paid version of StreamYard anymore, so I don't have access to like anything. All right, well, stand by, guys. I am going to try something. All right, so I am back. However, in terms of the OBS virtual camera gun, for some reason, it doesn't look like it was working just fine earlier, and for some reason now the virtual camera doesn't want to work. So stand by 2 more seconds. Let me figure out. All right, so stop virtual camera. Oh, it's there. When I come over to, there we go. All right, so I'm back, guys. Hopefully audio's not clear, sounds muffled. Ooh, well, that's unfortunate. Like, it's real bad, like bad, because at least the picture's good. Look at how much better it looks. It's not washed out anymore. Oh my god, everything's mirrored. Oh, hold on. Let me stop that. Oh my god. Hold on. All right. So everything is not mirrored anymore. Beautiful. I don't know why it went mirrory in the first place. It's better now? Okay. So this is the issue now we face, right? You guys don't have game audio. So it's either good quality or game audio. Oh wait, no. I mean, like, okay, so here's the issue, right? The issue is when I want to stream with other people. When we want to video game stream together, this is what we want to do. So we'll use OBS's virtual camera so that we have my camera and then the game. And then as soon as we have, oh, you know what I could do? Watch this. We're just gonna do that. All right. And hopefully you got, oh, that's not what I want to do. You guys should be able to see the difference in the quality of, you guys should be able to see the difference in the clarity. Like, one is so much more clear, and I know that maybe, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but when you have such, you know, depth and beauty in a game, it sucks to see it all washed out because the streaming software isn't terrific. So now, again, with this, you should, oh, you don't have game audio. Now, you won't have game audio because I didn't share it, but I could if I shared the correct window. let's remove that. We're going to stop and then present. Share. And now you guys should have the game audio. But again, you can just see the difference between what you're watching on the main screen is StreamYard. And that's the quality you get versus Streamlabs and OBS's virtual camera, where you're getting so much more detail and so much, you're not getting everything washed out so bad. Like, look at that mountain. Even smaller, you can see it's so much more detailed because it's not being washed out. Oh, it looks the same? Oh. But, like how it looks on OBS versus how it looks on StreamYard is so much better. However, having guests, like I said, you can't have guests. And on Streamlabs, I can't do this. I like being able to highlight your guys' chats because I like being able to interact with you guys like that. Now, when I am gaming, I'm not able to interact with chat as much because I'm focused on the game and whatnot. Oh, but you guys can't see me with this one. Hold on. Let me... Oh! Let me try. If I do this... Sorry, I'm just making it so that... There I am. See, now you guys can see me, but again, boom. There. So, I like being able to interact with chat. What's up, MG in the house? Exactly. This is exactly the point. So, this is why I like using the OBS virtual camera, because it looks so much better with gaming software. But then again, when it becomes time to stream with you guys, MG and Megan and everybody, you're sacrificing the quality of the game or the audio. You're gonna sacrifice quality or audio, and I want to find a way to where we can have both awesome gameplay. Oh, I saw something green in the distance. It was my mouse. It was my mouse. I need to eat something. Let's go. But you guys should be able to hear the game audio. We have... Yes! We need to set it up. Because we haven't done, like, a full-on gaming stream with the gang in, like, a minute. And I missed that. It would be fun if we got, like... We either need a big convoy or a big, like, Red Dead. Alright, let me see if I have any... Oh, there we go. I do have some meat. So that should help my stats. But this is why I stopped using... Looks like static on a big TV. Damn. What's up, Santiago? How's it going? But yes, we need to do a gaming stream soon, and this is the issue. I want to do a gaming stream with everybody, but oh, my dog is taking a shit. Okay, she moved. I want to do a gaming stream with everybody, but I want it to look awesome, but I also want the audience to be able to hear the gameplay. Now, when we do it through Discord, that seemed to be a little bit okay. We could do Discord, or... It's a work in progress. Now, I was hoping that StreamYard got a little better, but I honestly think the best way that we're going to have to stream as a group is probably using StreamYard using OBS through StreamYard and then just sacrificing game audio. I mean, with all of us talking, you kind of don't hear the game audio anyways. MG says, yep, it's hard to make the game audio come through with the virtual camera. I've done it, but the mic sounds... Ooh, you can? See, yeah, I feel like that would be weird. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna remove that. I'll make this full screen. How do I make this full screen? Nope, that's not full screen. This is not working the way I need it to. All right. Let me try with this. Oh, I gotta edit this layout. Ooh, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. That's what I wanted. My gosh. So this is probably, if I were to use StreamYard, this is how I would get along doing it. It just sucks that we now lose game audio. It's too dark. It's too dark. I can't see where their heads are. Oh, how do I run? There we go. I keep crouching. Uncle Buck says, I have fun when others are having fun playing video games. It's really... I very much enjoy gaming. And I actually do enjoy watching other people game too. Like, a lot of times, I do watch a lot of Monster Hunter videos. I love watching people play Monster Hunter. It's so awesome to watch, like, how well everybody does and the different styles of gameplay. And it's really interesting. I love watching people's different gameplay styles. My gameplay style is super chaotic. Like, I am very chaotic when it comes to how I play video games. But there are so many people that are so methodical and just like high speed. And I am not that way at all. See, and it's like when you don't have game audio. Hold on, let me see. If I were to come over here. I do have the background music I could still play. But I don't have any of the new songs. Ooh, let me know if that's too loud. That should be fine. I don't know, man. I do like StreamYard's ability to be able to stream with other people and highlight chats. But it's such a, for gameplay, it's such a terrible platform. It doesn't work. Let me see. I'm gonna stop sharing that screen. Now this is just a test. I wasn't planning on like doing a full gaming stream. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this work because I enjoy playing video games with Megan and MG and Connor and everybody. But the issue is the software and the platforms. Also, I was trying to mess around with getting a VTuber avatar because I would love to have an avatar and start streaming that way because that would be fun. I would love being a VTuber. So many people do it too. And I actually could, so hold on. What I'm gonna do... Can I do... Oh, you know what? I think I can do this. Hold on. If I come over here... and I do... this... Oh! Hold on, let me do... I'm gonna... And this is the thing, I don't typically use OBS. I use StreamYard, or Streamlabs. And I know it's the same thing, but it's not the same thing. Stand by. I know I'm gonna go away for a second, but just stand by. I know you guys should still be able to hear me, but visual should be coming back in 3, 2, 1. Boom. What's up, my dudes? All right. So it's nice to know you can still mess with the virtual camera. I just got to get like backgrounds and shit in here. Let's see. Oop. Boom. And that way, how she looks. All right, boom. So now, because I'm using OBS for the camera. Mrs. Flux is in a class on fluoride right now. Mrs. Flux works in water treatment, and she's learning about the fluoride. So like, hell yeah. Not listening. Oh no, she's just in chat. So everybody in chat, say hi to Mrs. Lips. Yeah, when she started working in water treatment, her first question was, why do they put fluoride in the water? And you know what they all told her? Because the dentist said to. That's legit the answer. Why there's fluoride in our water? Because the dentist said so. Mind you, you can't touch fluoride without super protective gear because it's so bad for you. Oh my God, guys. Have you ever actually researched fluoride? It's shit for your bones. It causes, like, holy fuck. And they're just putting it in our water because it helps your teeth, but it's bad for your bones. My dudes. How does that... Okay. Another issue with StreamYard. StreamYard does blow out my mic. If I get loud, did my mic blow out? Let me know if my mic blows out, because on StreamYard, if you get loud even a little bit, it likes to blow out your microphone. And that's besides the point. Mrs. Flux has a very good point. Call your state reps and complain. It is the only way to get it removed, especially now that RFK is trying to get it out. Like, RFK is like, yeah, we need to take the fluoride out of the water. And everybody's like, yeah, if you research it, it's actually really horrific for you. And the worst part is, I don't understand how it's good for your teeth, but bad for your bones. Make that make sense. Fluoride is good for your teeth, but bad for your bones. I'm pretty sure the fluoride in the water is why we're all have ADHD and why none of us can focus on shit. It's probably because of the fluoride in the water, in my opinion. Don't call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy analyst. We analyze the conspiracies of the past. And is it beyond the realm of possibilities that the government would put something in the water to make us all unfocused and kind of crazy? Interesting. Thoughts. Food for thought. Island in the house. What's up, Island? Studies showed topical application is good for teeth, but there's no evidence that ingesting it helps teeth at all. That, Island, is a fantastic point, because I remember as a child, when I'd go to the dentist, you'd have to get the fluoride, and it was like a tray that they would put, and it just God, I hated getting the fluoride. It was like a paste where it would just, you'd have it and they'd apply it onto your teeth for like, what, 10 minutes? Do you guys remember this? When they would put the fluoride directly on your teeth? That was horrific for me as a child. That traumatized me as a child. I hated it. And I cannot be the only one that's like, remembers the fluoride trace. Because again, that study, like, yeah, I agree. I remember when they used to apply it to my teeth at the dentist. But I don't, like, I haven't had that done in a while. Like, they're never like, oh, okay, it's time for the fluoride. Like, maybe you do a rinse now? Living life with FND, yep, and destroyed my teeth. Ooh. See, here's the thing. I have terrible teeth. It doesn't matter how I take care, like how good I try and take care of my teeth. At least the doctor said genetically my teeth are terrible. And I'm kind of like, maybe it was from all those fluoride trays, because it doesn't matter how much I brush and floss. My teeth like are weak. I have weak teeth. And it sucks because I'm like, you know how you go to the dentist and like every time, it doesn't matter how much you floss your teeth, it doesn't matter what you do, they're like, you need to floss more. And you're like, bitch, I floss 3 times a day. How do I floss more? Like, do I just sit here and like, oh, it's been an hour. Am I supposed to floss every hour? Like, what do you mean? And then they always go in and floss and they're like, oh, you actually floss your teeth. I'm like, yeah. I floss my teeth 3 times a day. What do you mean? Am I blowing out my mic yet? Because I have had so many issues with my teeth that it's terrible. And I will say I do believe that genetically I don't have great teeth because I also inherited, there is a rare, it's not super rare, but it's not super uncommon for people to be missing teeth. Like they just don't grow all of their teeth or whatever. Now I have the rare case of typically when you're missing teeth, it's like 1 to 3 maybe. Like I'm missing 5. Never got any of my wisdom teeth and I'm missing an adult tooth here. And I'm starting to think like, was it all those fluoride trays that made my teeth so weak now that it's like, I had a coffee this morning. There's 6 new cavities. Ooh. Stop eating plaque-causing foods. I stopped. Okay, AP. You and I know both that I don't have many, like I don't have many vices. Like I smoke cigarettes, yeah. But I don't have, pop is my addiction. Soda and I do know that if I stopped drinking soda, it would improve my teeth. But that's besides the point. That's why I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've started, anytime I've been drinking, I've typically been using a straw now because I'm like, my poor teeth, I need to protect them. So I've started drinking stuff with straws now so that it doesn't wash over my teeth. Oh, you stole my tooth. You have an extra tooth. Nice. David Nelson says Flux has no wisdom. I did not have any wisdom. Unfortunately, I was born without wisdom teeth. Maybe that's why I'm a gay retard on the internet. Because I never had wisdom teeth. That's coffee. Also, I should not be, well, coffee mostly it's the staining. Because I don't have sugar in my coffee, I just use a little bit of creamer. I don't use sugar, but it's very bad for staining my teeth. Hop and coffee. If I could get rid of those, I could probably do better. But again, that's my, like, there was one day probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think I might have told you guys about this, but I had run out of coffee and soda. I hadn't made myself any coffee, and I hadn't gone to the grocery store to get any soda. I'm like, it's fine. I don't need it. I'm okay. Oh my God, at about 7 o'clock that night, I started developing such a bad migraine, and I started getting the shakes. And I shit you not, like within an hour, I was like, I think I'm dying. And I was texting Mrs. Flux, and I'm like, something's wrong. And I legit had to crawl to the bathroom because I started like feeling sick. And I remember I was on the bathroom floor, and I'm like, something's not right. I have not felt like this. I don't know what is happening to me. And I got legitimately scared. And so I'm like, I need to take some Advil and get in the shower. Like, that's going to solve my problems. If I just get in the shower and take some Advil, I'm going to start to feel better. So I took some Advil, and I like legit crawled up the stairs. Now when you get to the point of lowness where you're crawling up the stairs, I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. What the fuck? So as I'm sitting in the shower, the Advil is starting to help. The water is starting to help. And as I start to get back into my right mind, I'm like, oh fuck, I have not had any caffeine. I have had 0 caffeine today. And so I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I went and, because like I got out of the shower, the Advil did help a lot. I made, I think, a pot of like, or like a little thing of instant coffee. And then Mrs. Flux had come home and brought me a soda. And I had that, and it was fine. And I'm like, holy fuck, caffeine does that to me? Like, I did not realize I was so heavily addicted to caffeine to the point where I could not go a few hours without falling into a heavy withdrawal. Yes, 100%, Jeffrey. I am addicted to caffeine. I did not realize how hard. Oh, my background music is still going. Thank you. Let me lower that down. There, we'll lower it so it's kind of softly in the background. Bavarian, is that like a medicine? Or like a caffeine substitute? You know what? For the time being, I'm going to put this here. We're going to come drop this over here. I want to put chat in front of me while we're ranting now. While we're talking about our issues. Yeah, I don't care. I love... See, and that's the thing, too. I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't really care that I have this caffeine addiction because I love coffee. And it's like, wow. I mean, caffeine is a drug. I am 100% a drug addict. However, I'm a socially accepted drug addict, which I think is a really weird concept when you think about it. Like, anybody who likes or who is addicted to caffeine is a drug addict. We are addicted to caffeine, the drug. But it's socially acceptable, so it's fine. Which it's like, maybe we shouldn't be addicted to any substance, and we should probably work on ourselves. But also, coffee tastes really good. Oh, a caffeine tablet. Interesting. I should look into those as, is that a... Oh, that's the tag. I was like, what is that? I should look into those as a backup for days that I forget caffeine. Although it's not often. Like, I'm still drinking my coffee. It's iced coffee. Well, it's cold coffee. I cold brew my coffee. Because I like being able to drink it fast. It's not coffee though, it's the pop. What? The teeth issue? That's true. Cocaine used to be a household thing. You remember what like Coca-Cola? Cocaina? It's weird. Society is weird how it changes to approve and disapprove of certain things. But yeah. It's very interesting. You like room temperature? I don't mind room temperature things. I'm not picky. Mrs. Flux hates it because I don't mind cold fries. It's a thing. So I'm still trying to figure out this StreamYard thing. Now the issue again is when I use the virtual camera and OBS, I don't have, let's see. I don't know if I can share this. There's no personal. There's no info here. That's fine. All right. So if I were to share, like, I don't have all my fun things. Like, I don't have the stream boss. I don't have, like, all the super chats and everything. So it's really kind of sucky that, like, Streamlabs doesn't have a good way of incorporating people into the stream. Like, it says it can. It says it can add people. But when you try, it's actually extremely weird and funky, and it doesn't work so great. So that kind of sucks. And again, it's like the only thing I would use StreamYard for is having guests on and being able to highlight chats. You know what? I not only like cold fries or don't mind cold fries, I hate any type of baked fruit. Now, am I some weird android lizard person that I'm unaware of? It's possible. Maybe I'm just not self-aware yet. But I can't do any type of fruit pie. I can taste the molecular difference in the structure of it once it's been heated. And it doesn't taste good to me. I hate it so much. All right. Sorry, I had to clean my glasses. I had to smooge. I love these new glasses. They're so cute. No, it's baked apple. That I can't do baked fruit. Oh no. You know, it's funny. I thought I would lose friends when I came out as being gay, but turns out nobody gives a fuck about that. I lose friends because I don't like baked fruit. I lose friends because I don't like apple pie. It's not from the gayness. It's because I don't like... Oh, yeah. It's, yeah, no, I can't do no Danishes, no puddings, like banana pudding. No, I can't do any type. No, it changes the whole integrity and structure of the fruit. I don't understand. It's just one of those weird quirks about me. No, I hate it. I don't know what it is. I can't do it. Shut up, David Nelson! You know what? When I said that, I was not tracking what I said for probably 10 minutes. And... went right over my head. I could not get yo fingers, put yo nose, woman. What? Because I was doing this? My nose is itchy. It's that time of the year and like all the flowers are blooming and I'm like, oh, it also, if I do that too much, people might actually think I was doing coke. But my nose is so itchy. Also, Mrs. Flux, look away. Also, because I have this. It gets itchy because this is up there. Ooh, let me... That's the gayest thing about me. It's not the gayest thing about me, but that's the most blue-haired nose thing about me is that Mrs. Flux hates it. She legit hates it, and so I never wear it out because people that have that type of nose ring typically are a certain way. And I've always just loved it. But, I don't wear it because I don't want I don't wear it out because I don't want people to make assumptions about me. Have you shown off the new Muppet? Oh! I gotta show that. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Because this made me laugh so hard. I showed Mrs. Flux, and Mrs. Flux just looked at me and looked at it and looked at me, and she looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me. Sorry. Weird. This legit made me laugh my ass off. MG said this to me. Yeah, the gayest thing about me is that I have a lady wife. That's a fair point. This one. Oh, that was the wrong button. That was all. I haven't used StreamYard in so long. Come on, present. I think it's this one. Yes. But I think that works. I think that works. I don't have my beanie. My beanie's over there. Actually, it's upstairs. I think it works. Oh, wait, hold on. Now, I don't have my hair down at the moment. The beard plays so much better when I have the hair down. Yeah, and the picture, so MG was showing. If you guys check out this picture I have right here, this is Hayden, Jeff, and I. And in this picture, it's it like honestly looks like it could be a combo of Jeff and Hayden and then some blonde chick. And then I love the little beaker in the background. You look like Connor. You see the family resemblance now. With the beard on. Oh. Interesting. What's up, Boosh in the house? Alright, my dudes. I think this is probably going to be the end of this messing around stream. This has been fun. We've just been chilling. We've bullshitted about fluoride in the water. It's finally no sleeve season. I can finally tear off my sleeves. Wrong arm. I need to get her fixed up. And I need to get this arm done. It's gun season. I need to start working on the guns. There's something wrong with me, guys. There's something wrong with me. Ooh, the auto. Also, an issue with StreamYard, I can't autofocus I can't do anything with my camera because they came out with an update where you can only work your camera through OBS. I cannot go into my camera settings anymore and just adjust it. They're like, nope, in order to play around with your camera settings, you need OBS. So I think since I'm still using the OBS camera, I can actually check the properties, configure video. Yeah, so I have to zoom in through OBS. So it's interesting. What's up, Ghost in the house? You need to trademark my dudes. My dudes! I don't think that's a California thing. I couldn't trademark that because, like, at least growing up, dudes was a California thing. And growing up in SoCal, my dude. What's up, dude? I don't know. We called everybody dude. Every once in a while, we'd be like, dude it. But, no, we called everybody dude. My dudes. Yeah. Alright, I think that's probably gonna be it for the day. I mean, I didn't really have anything super in mind when I was gonna do the stream. I mostly wanted to try to see StreamYard versus OBS and Streamlabs. MG says, my wife said she used to get in trouble for calling her mom dude when talking. You know, that, and also when you accidentally dude your wife. When you're talking to your spouse and you're like, dude! And your spouse is like, what? And you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to just dude you. Baby! My love! Yeah, no, it's funny when you accidentally dude your spouse, too. I mean, sometimes you're just like, dude! Dude! But, what's up, Sticky Widget in the house? What's up, Sticky? I don't want to alarm you, but you have ghosts. Or bro, yes. Oh my goodness. I accidentally bro'd Mrs. Flux one time where I was like, bro. And she was like, because we were talking about something. I was like, bro. And she looked at me and I was like, I did not mean that. But now it's kind of like we understand when you're in the moment, sometimes it's just a dude, bro. Exactly. Flux, did you ever call your DI dude? I don't recommend DI. Oh, nope. Nope. I called my drill instructor sergeant all day, every day. Yep. Nope. MG says, my daughter is getting in the bad habit of saying bro. Bro's just such a good, like, it's such a good expression because you can convey so much emotion by like, bro. Like your different inflections and tones can really, bro can have a wide variety of different things. Over opinionated asshat. I just watched FMJ again last night. Imagine calling Gunny. Ooh. Nope. There was one time when I first entered basic, I called the drill sergeant ma'am. And she did not like that. She was like, I know, goddamn ma'am, I've earned my stripes. And I'm like, well, and that's when I learned the very first time between officers and sergeants. You know, officers are sirs and ma'ams, and NCOs are sergeants. I learned real quick that, I mean, I had just got to basic training. I didn't know any better. And the drill sergeant was screaming at me, and I say, yes, ma'am. And she goes, did you just call me a ma'am? And I was like, I didn't know. They didn't tell me. Oh, I remember that. That first night in basic training, really, I mean, it sticks with ya. Maybe I'm the only one. If you were in the service, let me know. Does that first night of basic stick with you? Because that first night of basic stuck with me. Yeah. Yeah, that first night of basic sticks with you. Exactly. Don't call me sir. I work for a living. Hell nah. No, barracks duty was boring. I hated being on CQ. That was brutal. CQ sucked. Ooh, also, guys. So, right now, we are planning on doing a Army birthday stream. I think I said it last... I didn't stream last night. Maybe it was the last time I streamed. I'm trying to do at least Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 5:30. And then maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays will be random time streams. But, I'm going to try and get in the habit of getting on a 5:30 stream, at least on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That way you guys have something consistent. But however, I just got sidetracked from the side quest. June 14th, it is the Army's 250th birthday. It is Flag Day. It is my anniversary on the first night that I was in basic training. And it is our president's birthday, as well as being my best friend from high school's birthday. So, with all of that in mind, we are going to be doing a celebration for the Army's birthday. So, we're going to be having a birthday party for the Army. So far, I've got Val. I've got, I do believe Sticky Widget is coming. And MG is going to try and be there, right, MG? MG is going to be there. I think Mrs. Flux may pop in for a minute. So, you know, a bunch of Army vets just kind of armying around. So, that'll be fun. So that I am planning, that should be June 14th at 7 p.m. EST. I'm just making sure that those times work. And, yes, MJ's gonna be there. And so it's gonna be one of those things where, we're going to probably just bullshit about like Army stuff and whatnot. Oh, AP says, I worked with a lady that hated being called ma'am, even though she was in her 60s, so I called her. Oh my god. That's brutal. MJ, I thought you served too! Yeah, Shizzy is gonna be there. I legit thought you were too! Oh my dude! I legit thought you were also a veteran. Well, not that that changes anything, but damn! But MG will be there still because, oh, I should, Mo too! Because Mo is also Army adjacent. You guys are Army adjacent. I think you guys are Army adjacent. Oh, John, you are also Army? I thought you were Navy. Oh, hell yeah. I thought you were Navy. Because I know we got a bunch of Navy guys in here too. Which, I love my seamen. I love you guys, bro. Mo went to basic. Yes, and Mo did go to basic. Mo is Army adjacent. Hold on. While I am thinking about it, I'm also gonna send Mo the well, I'll do that after stream. We'll do that later. Emil was all man. Wait, John H. Are you Navy or are you Army? I was Air Force. So yes, because the Air Force actually used to be the Army Air Force before they made it in its own branch. No, I don't love seamen. I love my seamen. I love my Navy dudes and my Navy ladies. Oh, ooh. See, here's the thing, MG. When I first went in, I didn't tell him about my knee injuries. Actually, that's not true. I just tore my ACL. I wasn't so bad off. See, and that's the thing. You guys don't understand. And here's my thing. The female body is not built for that kind of stuff. The female body is not built to do what guys can do like that. Y'all, I'm fucked up. My hips are fucked. My knees are fucked. My back, at least my lower back is fucked. I went in, and here's the thing. For the longest time, I was salty because I went, growing up, we lived in the same house my whole life. So my parents have our height measurements. The last time I measured myself at my parents' house was 2012. The next time I measured myself was when I went home when my dad passed in 2020. I was an inch shorter. I was legitimately a full inch shorter from the time I measured myself in 2012, which was I had been in the Army for a year, in 2020, when I had been in the Army for 9 years. I was a full inch shorter. Now, I have also recently been to the chiropractor. I went to the chiropractor last year. I don't have scoliosis, but I have close to scoliosis. My back has a nice curve to the left now from about the just below my neck to just above my lower back. My spine kind of just bows out to the left ever so slightly. This is actually legitimate, not built to take a pounding while rucking for miles. I'm not reading the last part, but the amount of women that suffer from hip fractures in the Army is like all of them. It's like a good majority of women in the Army suffer from hip fractures because we're not meant to carry that type of weight for that long. It's like horrific. There were, I want to say, 4 females in my basic training alone that got medically discharged because one fractured and broke her foot. One fractured both of her hips. Like, they were all bone injuries and bone fractures. And it's like, our female bodies can't handle the same shit as the dudes. And in my mind, that means we should probably not be serving in the same capacity. Now, again, this is my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. I don't think women belong in combat. I don't think women can be held to the same standards as men physically. And I don't think that they should keep pushing for it. Now, again, there are certain women who can. Have I met some Amazonian women out there? Oh my God. There are some Amazonians. One of them was my really good friend that I served with for a long time. She was as tall as she was solid. And she could do all that. But she was one in a huge group of females where I'm like, the rest of us, we should probably stay like admin. Maybe like driving tends to be a little bit even pushing it because hauling your, like making sure what you're transporting, is secure. Like, women can't handle it. And I got lucky to the point where I fractured my wrist in basic training. However, I kind of pushed through it. I didn't go get it checked out. Now, why do I know it was broken? Well, because my wrist was about that fat. I couldn't keep a watch on it. And I still, even still doing this is uncomfortable and causes some pain. Right in here. Now, I struggled with push-ups all through basic training because doing that, it fucking hurt. And I barely passed some of that shit. But I was determined to pass. And again, is it worth it? I don't know. I still have issues. I don't know that it was worth. Yes. Took a pugil stick to the temple and went down for the count. I had a pugil stick. We were doing pugils, and I wrenched this way with everything that I had while the chick I was fighting was coming this way, and I connected with her head. And I'm pretty sure she went out for a second, but it snapped my wrist back. And I just, from that moment on, I was like, something's not right. Something happened. And I remember, because I felt really bad, my recruiter had given me a watch, like just a basic standard black watch, one that I was allowed to have in basic training. And for a good 2 weeks, I couldn't wear it because my wrist was so fat, it would not fit. Now, again, should I have gone to the TMC for that? Absolutely. But I was able to fake through that because it was my wrist. Now, people who have hip issues or leg issues, you can't really not use your feet. Like, I couldn't hold my rifle when I was shooting because I couldn't turn my wrist like this. So I held my rifle, I kind of kept it on my hand like this, and I was holding it like this. And the drill sergeant started yelling at me, said, "Hold your weapon properly." And I was like, and I'm like sitting there, like screaming because, like internally, because I can't turn my wrist this way because that did something to it. And, that was the worst time I had ever qualified. Like, again, I was an expert shot. Like, I did well with my marksmanship. But that time in basic training, and that was like the final qualifier. That was like, you have to do this to pass basic. And so I was trying to hold it in such a way where I didn't have to flip my wrist because I couldn't, because it hurt so bad. But when the drill sergeant was like, "Why are you holding your weapon like that?" I was like, it was, oh yeah, it was horrific. Again, I did very well at flying under the radar. Like, I'm very good. I keep my head down. I do what I'm told. And I'm just very good at just, I don't call attention to myself. I don't do anything to get in trouble. Now, the one point in which my drill sergeant did notice and started to kind of like keep an eye on me was, I don't know if you guys have ever heard, I think it's the Jacob's Ladder, the Jacob's Tower, where it's like the platforms, and each platform is probably like 10 or 15 feet, and you have to get, like 4 of you have to make it to the top with no ladders, but just like, picking up and pulling up and all of that. Well, the final platform's like 20 feet in the air. Okay, so maybe they're like 6 feet up. So you can't just jump up, like you have to work up. We get to the top platform, and the group I was with, they're like, "You'll go last. You'll just help everybody up." And I'm like, cool. I get up to the top. I'm on the platform dangling, like hanging. I don't have the strength to hoist myself up. Now, it might have been a little better, but because it's a flat platform, I had nothing to grab onto, and I had 3 other people holding onto my arms. So I'm like, they're holding my arms. I can't move. And he looked at, my drill sergeant was up there, and he's like, "Flux," but he says, government name. "Are you skipping out on your push-ups? Get yourself the fuck up here." And I'm like, I can't move my arms because they're all in the way. And even if I could move my arms, I can't pull myself up because my fucking it was a mess. After that, from then on, he was like, "When we do push-ups, I'm watching you." It was horrific. Boosh says, "You shouldn't keep your head down. You might shrink." Not literally keeping my head down, but figuratively keeping my head down. Basic, like, it was interesting. When I got that wrist injury, I want to say it was a few weeks into, or it was like time into it, so we didn't have a whole bunch of time. So I'm like, I just have to tough it out until I pass basic. I think we probably had like 2 or 3 weeks left. And I'm like, I can deal with this for a couple weeks. I just have to get pass this. But again, when it comes to females, you can't just, when it's your lower body and it's your legs, that's not really something you can fake or try and get past. Like, we had 3 girls in our fucking basic that were on crutches because they had fractures in their hips and feet and shit. And when I got to Texas, after all of this, when I was in Korea, I got fucked in Korea. Like, we'd gone for a run, I slipped on ice, my knees are fucked. It was just, I got injured. And my unit in Korea loved ruck marches. We did ruck marches every Friday, and they wanted you to have 50 to 60% of your body weight. And when you're like a 120-pound female and you're carrying like 70 pounds, it's a lot. And it's a lot on your hips. And when I got to Texas, I was having really bad shin splints. So I went to, after I passed my PT test, I'm like, I'm fucking passing my PT test before I go to the TMC. Because if I go to the TMC, they're going to put me on so many different profiles that I'm not going to be able to take a PT test, and then I won't be able to get promoted and yada, yada, yada. So after I pass my PT test, I finally go to the doctor. And he's like touching on my shins, and I'm like having all types of reaction just because the shin splints were real bad. Well, then he touched a spot on my hip, and I'm like, I know my hips are fucked. I don't want to pay attention to my hips right now. I just want my knees and my shins fixed, and then I'll come and worry about my hips at a different time. Well, he was like, nah, we're doing an x-ray from the hips down. Turns out I had stress fractures in my hips, in my knees, and real bad shin splints. And he put me on a dead man profile. I couldn't even walk. He's like, you're not even going to walk for PT. He's like, for PT, you're going to stretch until all of these fractures heal. And it took a lot. I could do water PT and I could sit and stretch. But I couldn't do anything else because I could barely walk. Like, my hips were, I had stress fractures in my hips and my knees. Like, what the fuck? And then flash forward to 2018 or when did I get back from deployment? 2018. And then the actual, in 2018 was when I had to have hip surgery because I had a torn labrum. And that's so like how you have your hip inside the hip joint. Well, there's that cartilage in there that like keeps from the bone grinding on bone. Well, that was torn off for me, so it was mostly like bone grinding on bone in my hip, which developed what the doctor called an impressive bone spur. The Army fucks you up and not in a good... Man, just the Army fucks you and not in a good way. Again, I appreciate my time in the service. I'm glad I got to serve. However, I don't necessarily believe females should be in the service in the same capacity as males. Because here I am. How old am I? I'm gonna be 34 next month. Oh shit, my birthday is next month. I'm gonna be 34 next month. I'm 33 right now. And I can't walk for more than 15 minutes without getting extreme pain in my hips and my knees and needing to sit down. Like, I can't stand for more than 15 minutes. Just the amount of pain everywhere. Labrum. You have one in your hip socket, and you have them in your in your shoulder sockets and in your hip sockets. The Army fucks you, man. Physically, the Army fucks you up. And it is... We had 4 females in my basic training alone that either got medically discharged or recycled, meaning they hung around kind of in recovery until they were able to continue basic training with a different group of recruits. We make soldiers. We don't need them. We make the soldiers. We don't need to be them. Ah, okay. Took me a second to pick up what you were exactly. We make them. We don't need to actually be them. We produce. I get what you're saying. Yes. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, that was a long tangent. I went down a way long tangent. So yes, we should also reach out to Mo. I feel like I'm 90. I legit feel like I'm 90 because some of the physical pain, it's insane. It hurts a lot for most of the time. All right, my dudes, that was a weird messing around session. Yes, with the military, because we get so physical. Oh my god, MJ! Alright, my dudes, thank you all for just chilling. This was kind of a bullshit stream, but I appreciate everybody just chilling. I will use StreamYard so that we can have, like, when we do our stream on the 14th for the Army birthday, I will use StreamYard. But, I think for gaming, we're just gonna stick with what we got, because, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. All right, my dudes. So tomorrow I will be streaming. Like I said, I'm trying to stick with 5:30 every day. However, Mrs. Flux is getting back from her business trip tomorrow, so I might be taking her out to dinner, just depending on how she feels. But my dudes, thank you so much. Have an excellent night. Be excellent to each other, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, but before I go, let me see if I can redirect you guys. Sorry if I scared any of you. I'm gonna try and redirect you guys. Let's see, is anybody even streaming? Just kidding. We might not have anybody streaming. Wow, nobody's streaming. Oh, Val's got the goat cam going. That's what we're gonna do. We're going to raid into Val. How about that? All right. Let's see. Do. I love my theme song. I think it's perfect. Although I could make one with words. All right. Let's see, there's Al. All right, guys. Now I'm leaving ya. All right. Have an excellent, be excellent to each other, guys. Bye.